Hello and welcome to a brand new video. So in this video I'm going to be showing you some custom tactics within the 4-3-3 formation in FIFA 23. And now let me tell you this, alright, I've never been a huge... Right, so before I was rudely interrupted by my cat. So I've never been the biggest fan of the 4-3-3. I just don't like it. I find I get beaten it all the time. So I thought, you know what, let's go back to it and let's try it out again. And I was pleasantly surprised with how good it was. So we're going to be going through everything today. Like I said, I've been enjoying this formation. I've been using it for the last 3 or 4 days. I've been really enjoying it. And there's a reason for this. It's very balanced. So the way I'm playing it is very balanced in attack and defense. And I'm finding I'm defending well and I'm attacking well at the same time. But I do believe that this is the case solely because of the sort of players I have in the team and their roles and stuff. So we will be getting into that as well. So as you can see, this is my team. It's a pretty good team, but let's be honest, everyone has a good team by now in this FIFA. It's so easy to get people. But without further ado, let's get into everything. So like I said, you want specific players for specific roles. For example, Vieira, his role is going to be that of a holding midfielder. So he will be sitting back a bit more, whereas these will be more attacking midfielders. And I'll be getting into that a bit more in a second. But let's get into custom tactics. So I've only really been using one so far for this. I haven't really set up the other ones yet. So these are kind of what I use for the other tactics. I use 4-2-3-1 sort of defensively. I find it solidifies me a bit more. I use 4-4-2. It helps in the attack. 4-2-4 and then a 4-2-3-1 that's even more defensively solid than the defensive one. So you can sort of skim over this and see this, and this is sort of my other tactics. But we're not going to be going into them too much because I have them in another video anyway. So if you watch my previous, you can see these because I go through it then anyway. But yeah, so let's get into the 4-3-3. So I actually play a drop back on this. I've been testing this out, and normally I don't like a drop back, but it's been working quite well for me because of the fact of how I play this formation, and I will get into that in a second. Width, I keep on 50. I find I don't like going too narrow, but I don't like going too wide because then it creates it a bit too hard to like make the passes, and you kind of want players to be relatively close, but not too close to the point where you're suffocating everyone and you can't like be quite expansive. So I keep it at 50 for now. I keep it at 50. Depth, now I really enjoy playing a high depth. I like the back line to be quite close to the midfield, because then when my opponent does win the ball back, I can get it back quite like quickly. And then when the drop back happens, so on the defensive style, the midfield will drop back with the defense, and because Vieira is going to be our holding midfielder, he will drop back with the defence. So you always have 5 people defending, and we'll get into that once I get into the player instructions. But so yeah, so the fast build-up play, I really like this. Everyone makes all forward runs, and everyone comes up quickly. And then I've got forward runs on as well, ironically, considering I just said about the forward runs. And so yeah, this is what I do. Fast build up, your players will counter attack, and the 4-3-3. If you've ever watched City or Liverpool, you know that these teams that play this formation love to counter attack. It just works great. It's just a great counter attacking formation, and it's good for breaking people down as well. So forward runs, this means that a lot of your players, they will make sort of runs in around the box. So like your left and right wingers will constantly keep on making runs, trying to get into space behind the left and right back, and then your strikers will be making runs in between the centre backs, and then the 2 midfielders who are going to be helping us in the attack, they will sort of make the runs into the box as well to help with the build-up play. And width again, attacking wise, 50. Players in the box, I currently have on 3. You kind of want the players in the box. You ideally want there to be like so let's say you're attacking with your right winger. You want your left winger to be in the box, your striker, and 1 centre mid, but then you want one of the centre mids to be out the box to maybe give you a passing option if the penalty box is too crowded by your opponent. And corners, you only want 2. I say this in every video. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know you only want 2 in each of these, because otherwise you will just get absolutely butchered on the counter attacks, and we do not want that at all. So formation, here I can break down their roles a little bit more. So this formation, how I play it is it plays more like the 4-3-3 holding, which is this one, if I can find it for you. It's the one that has the CDM, not that one, this one. So how I play it, okay, let me just go through this, because I don't want to save it completely, because it will just, more just watching the United game and they just hit the crossbar. But so Vieira will be playing this. This is how the formation will be getting played. So Vieira will be that holding guy in front of the back 4, that we can then use Vieira to defend. So we're not constantly rushing out centre backs or like left back. We don't want to be doing that. So yeah, this is how we play. But just because of Vieira's positioning, I have to essentially make it work within the standard 4-3-3. So 1 second, let me put that back. Just for a heads up, just so you guys know about that. So let's go to the instructions. So if you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know that I always like to, oh, it's done this again. Okay, so if you guys know me, I like to play with attacking fullbacks. But due to the left and right winger, we don't have to worry about this, which is fantastic. And why you just heard me moan is because every time I record a video, the custom tactics like to reset, and then I have to remember what I put. And that's not ideal, but the tactics in this formation are quite simple, so I don't think I'm going to get too confused. So stay back whilst attacking on best left back and right backs, and then if we want to use them, we can do it ourselves by using the LB and pass, which will cause your player to then make a run into space. But apart from that, these will always stay back, which is great. And sometimes they might come up a little bit further than you want them to, but not normally that far, which is always fantastic. So with Vieira, like I said, he's going to be playing more of a CDM role. So we're going to do stay back whilst attacking. And what you're going to find is he will sit relatively far up the pitch compared to the back line, which is fantastic because we don't want him joining the back line. And what he would do is he will create that fantastic passing option just outside the box. So these 5 here, they're going to be in the box, and Vieira is going to be standing outside the box, and he'll most likely always be open. And you can just pass to him and sort of reset the attack, which is what I do quite often, which is fantastic, really. But yes, so let's go to the centre mids now. So with these, I keep them unbalanced. But these, I don't like. Actually, wait, sorry. We want him to cover centre as well. With these, I keep them on balance because I don't want them rushing into the box. I kind of need them to be doing their own thing, and the AI on these lot are going to be good enough as it is. If you have good centre mids, they're going to do this role fine. So I don't like, because if we do get in the box for cross, like forward run, no, sorry, if we do like get in the box for cross, then all they're going to do is constantly run in the box, and that's not what we want. We kind of want them to be mixing up the attack quite well, and this way we can do that. So if we turn that off, so these guys we're going to keep on balance. We don't want to change it. Now Eto'o, we want Eto'o to get in behind. He's going to be making a bunch of forward runs and stay forward as well. He's going to be making all those runs in behind, causing absolute chaos for our opponent's defence, and it's going to be absolutely lovely. Balance width, we can keep on balance width. We don't want him to drift wide. We don't want to, get him to be locked in centrally. We want him to just, if he's on the wide and he makes a run, that's still fine. As long as he scores, it doesn't matter. Now, the wingers. This is important. Come back on defence. We want these guys to track back to create that 5 midfield when we are defending, because that is going to be absolutely crucial with helping you defend. It's going to make this formation very hard to break down, and you then don't have to rush out your Hakimi or your Jordi Alba or your left back, right back. You can use these guys to defend, which is always fantastic. And we want them to get in the box for cross. And to be honest with you, I haven't actually tested these, the supporting runs. I haven't done getting behind. I just like to keep them unbalanced because I don't like my attackers being quite rigid in the sense of where they're constantly doing the same thing. I'd rather them make up their own mind, and most players that have great stats like these two do, they will make the right decision, which is great. And sometimes not knowing what player's going to do can actually sometimes be quite beneficial, because if you don't know what they're going to do, neither is your opponent. And that's why I kind of like them to not, like, if they can come short if they want to, they can make runs if they want to, like in behind, which is, I just prefer it. But yeah, so come back on defense and get in the box for cross. So, and I'm pretty sure that is it. Yeah, that is the tactics. So, like I said, this one's going to be playing like a 4-3-3 holding, and I'm really enjoying it. I find that the centre mids join the attack really nicely. Your defence is lovely and sharp, and I'm just really enjoying it, and that's a lot from someone that normally hates the 4-3-3. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. If you found this video helpful, do like it and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.